Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your host of the most King G in the house. And I want to say thank you to each and everyone who has subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell right there, and it'll notify you when I, King G, uploaded a video. So, in the past few days, you've heard how Logan Paul is moving to Puerto Rico, right? And we all know that Logan Paul is moving to Puerto Rico because of the tax breaks. You know, I'm not going to get into the semantics of the tax breaks because I know it's unfair that they don't give the same tax breaks to locals, the residents that live in Puerto Rico, as they do have people who have money that go to Puerto Rico. They don't give them that tax break. So a lot of people do get angry that, you know, all these rich people come to Puerto Rico. But this is the catch. They go to Puerto Rico to live only for a few months because I think you only have to be a resident. Some newspaper or some article that I just read before I got into YouTube said that he has to be a citizen of Puerto Rico. It makes me laugh that to this day, they still think you have to be a citizen of Puerto Rico. A resident, the word is resident. We're already a citizen of the United States. So, to say citizen, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so he's going to Puerto Rico thinking that his 19 million, whatever dollars, that he's not going to pay taxes on that. So from what I've read was that he doesn't pay taxes, or he pays low taxes on the money that he's made in Puerto Rico, not prior to Puerto Rico. So he's going to get taxed on that federally. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you see a lot of people, you see a lot of stars, you see a lot of people with Bitcoin, you see a lot of people who go to Puerto Rico because of that. Because back in 1996, Bill Clinton told Puerto Rico that Law 936 will no longer be applied to the big companies in Puerto Rico, especially pharmaceuticals, after 10 years. Meaning that there was a law that the United States had let Puerto Rico have that the companies that were there, this was basically pharmaceuticals, they didn't have to pay taxes. Okay, so the federal taxes, they didn't have to pay none of that. So it was a tax saving for them. So when President Bill Clinton was president, he said, I want to let that law 936 stand for 10 years. Then after the 10th year, it's going to fade out. It's going to be completely gone. And Puerto Rico, instead of implementing their own 936, so this way they can stay, they didn't do that. They said to themselves, well, you know, the United States is our big papa. They're going to take care of us. They're not going to let nothing happen. And that's right. The United States didn't do anything. And then Puerto Rico lost all these pharmaceuticals. The town that I lived in, they had a lot of pharmacies there, a lot of factories. They went to another country. They went to the Dominican Republic. They went somewhere else. Dorado, Isabela, all those places had factories there that were basically all pharmaceuticals, and they went other places because they was going to pay taxes. So instead of Puerto Rico making a law saying, you know, once 936 leaves, we can come back and we can make our own 936 and to run consecutive with the one that the United States is taking away. Excuse my yawning. Okay, now this is what Logan Paul is going there for. So he doesn't get taxed, but that's after his low taxes is after he becomes a resident of Puerto Rico. I think you have to live there 6 months to 9 months. I think I'm not mistaken. You can Google it. It's one of those two. But the funny thing is that he says he's going to Dorado because he loves the beach. Or he didn't say he loves the beach. He loves something. He fell in love with it. It's something different. Let me tell you something, people. Dorado is a beautiful place to live. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place to live, period. But not for a star. Not for a star. Do you see any star that unless those stars are from Puerto Rico, meaning Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee, and all those kind of stuff, they grew up in the island. They know the island. The island knows them. All right? So they know how to move. Once Logan Paul goes to Puerto Rico, it's not going to be peaches and cream, people. I hope it is. But this man is going to have vultures behind him. He's going to have vultures. He's going to have bodyguards. And even then, they don't give a fuck. You know, I love my island, but there are a lot of grimy people in Puerto Rico. A lot. And if you're a star and you're driving with a Benz, you're driving this, they're gonna follow you. They're gonna try to do something. I hope it doesn't happen, but that's why a lot of stars don't live in Puerto Rico. That United States from here, they don't go live in Puerto Rico. You know, because they know how the islands. Look at Hector Macho Camacho. Macho Camacho went to live in Puerto Rico and he got killed. I'm not saying that's gonna happen to Logan Paul. God forbid, no. But what I'm saying is that it's not easy to transition. You being a star here in the United States, going to Puerto Rico because you think you're gonna get taxed. You're gonna get taxed less. Then they just live the life, because that's not the way it is. That's not the way Puerto Rico rolls. At least not nowadays. It don't. You know, if you have your Social Security, you want to go to live in Puerto Rico, you're all cool. If you want to do your thing, you're all cool. But it comes to a certain status. Comes, you know, you can. I met Teo Calderon in La Vallarde in Old San Juan. All right. You can meet rappers. You can meet trappers. You know, Daddy Yankee. Well, Daddy Yankee, he's in the States. Nicky Jam, he's in the States. But you got other rappers that still are on the island. So those rappers, they know their way around. They know what to go. They know what to do. They know who to hang around with. They don't know who to hang around with. You know, and some of the big guys, they say that we're not gonna mess with them because those are our peeps. Logan is not our peeps. You know, so if he's going there to think that he may live there for a few months, you know, until he becomes a resident, then he's just going to bounce, because all you gotta basically do is, I think, get mail there, right? But I just hope that it doesn't happen. But don't think that living in Puerto Rico as a star is not as easy as people think it is. It's not, because if it would have been as easy as people would say it is, you would have a lot of celebrities living in Puerto Rico, a lot. All right. J-Lo's worth what, $500 million? You think J-Lo is gonna go move to Puerto Rico because she doesn't want to get taxed? Shit, no. She's like, fuck no. I prefer staying in the States. I'm safe in the States. Puerto Rico is great. I love my Puerto Rico, but Puerto Rico is bad, people. Puerto Rico right now, the crime is high, and unless that man gets good backup and stays in Dorado, doesn't leave out, don't go out at night and do all that kind of stupid shit. I mean, he got money, so he can buy security. But even security, bro, you know how it is, bro. You know how it is that you pay someone else, I'll give you a couple of dollars here, just look the other way. But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to scare nobody, but I'm just saying, if he's gonna go to Puerto Rico because there are other places he could have gone, but if he's gonna go to Puerto Rico because lower taxes, that's stupid. Especially going from California to Puerto Rico. You should just go to Hawaii. I know you pay more taxes. But what I'm saying is that it's not an easy transition going from the United States to Puerto Rico, which Puerto Rico is part of the United States. Everybody who's born in Puerto Rico is an American citizen. We're a territory of the United States of America. But it's not easy. It's not easy when you come from the States to live in Puerto Rico and you have all this limelight. You're behind. You're people know who you are. I mean, people know who you are, especially in that world. They know that he is rich. They're gonna have a lot of grimy people out there, So I'm just saying, just look out for yourself, Logan. Just choose your friends wisely in Puerto Rico. Just be careful out there. Like I said, choose your friend wisely. I have to emphasize on that. Choose your friend wisely, and enjoy Puerto Rico. Don't stay stuck in Dorado. You've got other places you can visit, other places you can live. But I'm just telling you, it's not going to be an easy thing to do. Like I said, if it was that easy, you have all these stars moving to Puerto Rico because of the tax. So like I said, Mark Anthony doesn't go there. Ricky Martin doesn't live there. He has a house there. Cheyenne, all these people who are rich and famous don't live in Puerto Rico. Like I said, the rappers do because that's where they come from. That people know them. But Logan Paul he's not known in Puerto Rico. And if he's known, it's because YouTube's watching him. You got YouTubers out there that watch him. But when you come from the States to Puerto Rico, unfortunately, fame sometimes has a price, and I don't want that to happen to Logan. But just gotta watch your back. Just like I said, choose your friend wisely. Don't be going to Santurce at late at night. Don't be going to San Juan late at night. If you see a car follow you, you make a right, they make a right. You go to your nearest police station. I'm just telling you because I don't want to give my island a bad name, but that's the way it is when you come from out there and you come to Puerto Rico. And if that's the reason why he's going to go to Puerto Rico for taxes, that's the wrong reason. If you want to go out there and you want to live, cool. If you go out there, show love, let the people know that you care for them. Don't be a fake, because they know a fake when they see one. And just surround yourself with the right people when you're in Puerto Rico. The same way if you went to the Dominican Republic, or if you went to Haiti, or you went somewhere else, for whatever reason, it's different when you're an outsider than from where it is. If you already live on the island and the people know you and you're famous and you rocking the world all around the country, and you come back to your own island, people are gonna love you. Not too many people are gonna mess with you, but that's not the case. Hopefully that's the case in your case, and I just wish you the best, but to go out there for taxes, it's ridiculous. Peace.